Hello Flosstube, this is Nicole and welcome back to my channel. Today is April 16th, 2023. I am so glad you're here. To my returning subscribers, thank you for coming back for another fun-filled quilting and cross-stitch week. And for all of my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. So today is a special edition of Flosstube. If you can kind of see behind me here, I tried to display I'll have to show some behind the scenes of how jank it is, but I tried to display a little bit, and if I move, you might recognize some of these beauties that I have here because Fat Quarter Shop sent these along as part of a trunk show for the Summer Memories book. This is a brand new book that they did with Susan Aki, and oh my goodness. So I've shared this book here on my channel before. It is absolutely amazing. So we're going to talk about what you can expect in today's video. We are going to jump into a trunk show. This video, since I do edit them, you're going to notice that the quilts and the cross stitch are all going to go away at some point. I am piecemealing this together, but that way I can kind of move them out and then come back and we can talk about my cross stitch and quilting. I know everybody's going to be shocked that I actually did some piecing this week. Okay, so first up, I want to remind everyone that I do have a Facebook group and we would love for you to come join us. It's a private group, meaning that you need to answer the questions. Promise they're easy. They're not like any math equations or, you don't have to figure out fractions or anything like that. A couple of questions and you have to agree to the group rules. I do have a couple of moderators. One of the three of us will look at your application, I guess, if you will, and we will approve you. If you do get it kicked back saying you forgot to do something, just do that and then resubmit it. But we would love to have you over there. Lots of amazing, this hair is driving me crazy, sorry. Lots of amazing inspiration and sharing and all of that good stuff. I do ask that you don't share links in my group. That is so that we don't have to police which links are okay and which links are not. I do provide links. My moderators will at times provide links as well to things that are approved. If you ever have a question, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is down below in the description. Please do give me a little bit of time to get back to you. It is an email specifically for this series and for these for cross stitch and quilting, I suppose. So it is not my main email, my work email, or anything like that. I do provide timestamps down in the description. So if you need to skip ahead or you don't care about quilting and you just want to watch the cross stitch and see who won the giveaways, you can easily skip to that. Just click the timestamp for what you're interested in. With that being said, let's jump into Q&A and also just a little info. So the first two things I have today are more of an information. So I love the decorative pins from Cherry Chick Biz. And Vicki let me know that more of the bee charms, which I will show you here in just a little bit, are on their way to be restocked in her shop. So definitely check her out. I will have a link to her shop down below. I absolutely love it. You're going to see a rainbow charm on something that I made, a little bunny charm. All of those I get from her, and then I get decorative pins from her as well. They're just absolutely beautiful. She has other things too, so check her out. I really, really love shopping there. Sabrina says, last week we talked a little bit about someone asked a question, what do you do if you take your floss off of a bobbin and it has kinks in it? And I thought someone had told me this a long time ago, but I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong, but I had two great suggestions. One was that you can take it off of the bobbin and I believe run it over a damp sponge, not sopping wet, but damp, and it should help get some of those kinks out. And then Sabrina says she's ironed floss that she's removed off of a bobbin. So both of those things can be tried. I would say if you do choose to do anything that has water, you're probably talking about DMC or Anchor or something like that that's not overdyed floss. I would not wet overdyed floss because it has been dyed and you might lose some of the dye. But I think if it's DMC, you should be fine. Let's see. Sherry wants to know what color fabric I plan to use for This Is the Day stitch. I'm so sorry I didn't mention that last week. So I will share in my kind of how my April plans are going here in a little bit because I haven't started that one yet. But I am using Winter's Brew 36 count by R&R. The called for is Barb's Blend 36 count by R&R. I chose the Winter Brew. It's a little more khaki. Barb's Blend is a little more gray. But we'll see how it goes. I hope that I didn't choose badly. Barb says, I have a framed piece from the 80s that a family member had made before she passed away and it needs to be reframed. And she had some questions. She said it's sagging in some areas and who would I recommend? I have to say I've not had anything framed in a very long time. And that kind of leads me to something sad. My LNS is they're trying to sell or they're going to close. I know I've talked about them so much here. So they do framing there and they're accepting framing up to a certain point, but it's not very far out. So I don't know if I'm even going to have my things I wanted framed be able to be done there. I would contact a good framer. So this is me asking you guys, do you know of a good framer that you can even ship to? My suggestion is to look local for this particular piece that you have that needs some help. I would look local to a framer and call them. Say, do you work on cross stitch? Can you fix this? And all of that. If not, I'm asking you guys if you know of places that accept. For example, I know you watch different floss tubes and people have places they take their pieces. So I am definitely going to be looking into that for myself, even if I have to drive a little ways, like maybe to Kansas City or something. I will be looking for a cross stitch specific framer. I probably wouldn't try Michael's or Hobby Lobby for a legacy piece like that, something that comes from a family member that's no longer here. I would definitely have a professional framer and I would call and visit with them and ask them for suggestions because I don't want to lead you wrong. Vicky says, what do you put in the quilted folders? And those are the Ashley stitch cases. I'm pretty sure that's what she meant that I make. They're big enough. You can put, as long as it's not a huge piece of fabric, you can put your project, your chart will fit in the pockets, floss. I put all my things in it, all of my stuff for a project in it, basically. It's a great little toolkit almost. Like I will put binder clips, needles, scissors, the unstitcher, and then the little, oh my gosh, the cross stitch key. So I know where to start, like, if I want to start an inch, 2 inches, 2.5 inches in or whatever. I put all of that stuff in there so that I have it with me. I even put some little floss drops, extra floss drops in there in case I need to put any floss on a floss drop. So I kind of keep all of the things in mine, but you can use it however you prefer. Okay, you guys, that is it for Q&A. Let's jump into our Summer Memories trunk show. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to talk about the quilts first because they're more prominent right here. And then I'm going to show you the cross stitch. And I'm going to show you everything they sent me from the book. I want to talk a little bit. I know when I shared the book and I told you how excited I was about this, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quilts. And how many do I have here? 4, 5, 6, 7. I have all the quilts, and I think I have everything from the book. So I do want to show you the back of the book, and I want to show you the cross stitch in here. This is perfect not only for patriotic. I particularly love red, white, and blue projects. They give a summer vibe feel to me, but you will also see, especially with the cross stitch, that if you have like a lake house or a beach house, or you like that kind of vibe and feel for summer, they're perfect. I love this book. And in preparing for today's video and knowing that this trunk show was coming, that I was going to be doing this, I thought, wouldn't it be fun to maybe do a very mini stamp along? And stamp along, you guys, I'm teaching a stamp along. Okay, so real talk. I filmed this before you see it. I am teaching a stamp along Saturday, the day before you see this. That's probably where my mind is. I'm doing a quilt along with that quarter shop. I am going to do a quilt from this book, this one, and we are going to do a stitch along. That's what I wanted to say. So watch for a poll to go up later today, and let's talk about what we want to do from here. I think it would be super fun to just do kind of, obviously it won't be a huge stitch along for a big project. I have something else planned for that. That information will be coming soon. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to maybe even do 1 or 2 projects from here? We'll do a poll. We'll do a little poll and see what we want to do as far as that goes. I definitely know which ones I want to do, but we'll talk about it. I'm really excited. I think that it would be a fun way to just celebrate. And even if, let's say you're not a quilter, I feel like this is eye candy, and you can always take these and make things smaller. Like especially something like this, just do like 4 of the blocks and make a little table topper. Or you could do like, 9 and do a table topper. You could do them in a strip and do a runner, a table runner or something like that. So it doesn't always have to be a big quilt. So here's what we're going to do. As I mentioned, I'm going to open, this is my book. I do want to say, stick around for the end. That quarter shop has generously sent 2 books for me to give away to you guys today. So that will be part of the giveaway section at the end of the video. So let me open up my book so that I can talk about each quilt as I show it to you. And we're going to do, will that be easiest to do that one first? Yeah, I think I can. We're going to talk about the Crossroads quilt first. I am going to have to stand up so that I can show it to you guys. And Fat Quarter Shop, I believe, is doing a stitch along with one of these. Wrong. I think it's this one with the baskets is what I think they're going. I'm almost positive this is the one that Kimberly is going to do a stitch along. And I'm trying to decide, I've never done a basket quilt, so maybe I should do this one too. But I want to do the flag so badly because I got that template from Fat Quarter Shop, and so the little tumbler template, so I really, really want to do this one too. I'm gonna have so many patriotic quilts. The great thing about this, it wouldn't have to be. Another idea, and as I show you the quilts, please remember that even though these are shown in more red, white, and blue, patriotic or summer, these can be altered in any color scheme that you like. Absolutely anything. So let me pause this and hop up so I can get the first quilt. Okay, everyone, I'm back. This is the Crossroads quilt. And obviously I'm not going to have like the easiest time showing you the full thing. I am going to hold it up. Look at the beautiful design. This is one that I was saying you could do this in any color. Maybe a Christmas quilt with a beautiful Christmas floral, maybe a fall quilt or Halloween, whatever you want. Let me tell you the finished size for this one. It is 51 3/4 by 64 1/2, and this is called Crossroads. And let me show you the back. You guys, it's such a treat to see other people's beautiful work. So absolutely stunning. The back is all pieced. Is that not amazing or what? All right. We're gonna lay them here and then I'm gonna pause and go fold them all up nice so that they can move on to the next stop. I know where they're going next, and I know you guys are gonna be excited. All my quilters probably already follow the next stop. All right, let me get to this next one. I love this one too. It is called Fireworks. It's 70 1/2 by 90 1/2. Oh, of course it is the one that okay, 70 1/2 by 90 1/2. It's a big one, and it definitely is patriotic. I mean, okay, several of her quilts have this star background. I want it. I love it so much. Look at this, you guys. And the quilting. The quilting on this is gorgeous. I'm sure in the book it says who quilted it. I don't know if you can see. Do you see the little stars and it almost looks like fireworks? Ugh. I will have to check that. Absolutely gorgeous. The back, I'm not going to show. It's not pieced or anything. It's just this star print, but oh, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Do you think they'd notice if some of these stayed at my house? No, I'm kidding. You guys know I'm just kidding. Okay. The next is my favorite from the book. It's Flag Day. And it is a big flag. So I made a flag quilt last year. Last year or the year before. Ah, it all runs together. But obviously we've got all of our stars up in the upper left. And then you use that tumbler block, and like I'm imagining red and then low volume print scraps. And then look at that awesome wave quilting. It's perfect for this. Absolutely perfect. The back is the stars again. And again, this is Flag Day. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, did I not tell you what size? 52 1/2 by 80. Wouldn't that be a great like beach quilt? I mean, there's no beach close to me. Lake quilt. That's what I'm gonna call it. Okay. Lazy Afternoon measures 68 1/2 by 84 1/2. And this is one that I feel like could be anything. Does not have to be patriotic at all. This one does have a little bit of a pieced background too, so I'll show you that. Look at all the beautiful low volume. It's absolutely stunning. And this one would be a pretty easy one. These would be very easy to make. And then you've got like, probably a charm. I would have to read the directions because I didn't. But, yeah, you're just making, it would be pretty easy, you guys, to do the little diagonal blocks and everything to build. I think this would actually, I know it looks intimidating, but this would be a pretty easy quilt to make. So stunning. Let me show you the back. It is pieced, or yeah. Can we see it? So there's A little bit of piecing in the back. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I'm gonna have, this is my workout for the day. Lifting all these quilts. Again, that was Lazy Afternoon Summer Picnic Quilt. And I'm like 99.9 that this is the one that Fat Quarter Shop is doing the stitch along. And it might be called Summer Picnic, but remember, you could do a basket in anything. It is beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. This has got a solid back and it's this blue. I don't often think to do backgrounds like this, but oh gosh, you guys, I love it. Love, love, love it. Look at those baskets. I really need Ethan here to help me, but he's at school. Okay. Gorgeous. I might get sucked into that one. And it measures, it is 70 square. So 70 by 70. Our final quilt. And this is going to be amazing for all kinds of, I mean, you could do this in any color scheme. It is striking, especially if you are not like into a lot of florals and you want a more basic or a more masculine quilt design. This is a go-to, I think. And it can be anything. This is the Veranda quilt. Susan did hers in this beautiful like cornflower blue and cream. The background is all a text print, I think, of some sort. Let me show you. The quilting is stunning. It's just a very subtle print. My boys would love this because it's not girly at all. But I mean, I think I would love this. Look at this, and any color scheme. My red white quilters, this would be gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, beautiful design. All right, and that measures 72.5 by 72.5. So those are the 7 quilts from the book. Give me a minute to fold these beauties up so that they don't get messed up, and I will be right back to share the cross stitch. Also, I just want to say I misspoke. I think I said 7 quilts, 6 quilts, you guys. Okay, so 10 cross stitch projects, plus I don't see them in the book, but Susan also made several amazing like little fabric projects. So let's show those and then let's walk through the cross stitch section and I will show you an up close of each piece. So let's just kind of show, let me grab like little pin cushions. There's a bunch. I mean, so much, you guys. Also, that was a workout. I already packaged all the quilts up for their next stop. So first of all, look at this little like sachet. Look at the button. Oh, I think it's actually on a little pin. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely adorable. So I just want to show you these. Again, I don't see them in the book, so I don't think these are included. I think it's just the quilts and cross stitch, but I had to show. Look at that little bitty pin cushion. I love this pin cushion. Do you think they'd notice if it stayed here? I'm kidding. Just this little mini pillow, but look at that, like the piping around. Oh my gosh. Another pin cushion. Isn't it just like eye candy inspiring? That's how I look at it. Look at this cute one. And then another one of those like little box. So cute. Okay. Let's go in order of cross stitch. How about it? So I can talk through exactly. So, cherry season. If you are stitching along with Java Girl Stitches Christy and Anna and I are doing a fruit stitch along. I I will include down here along the bottom of the screen what it's called exactly, the hashtag. I think that these would be great. So this is cherry season. And you guys, I wish you could feel the heft of it. I'm sure it's filled with like walnut shells or lizard litter or something, but it is amazing. And I will say, I've been on the fence about doing the fabric around my stitched pieces, but this looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. Look at the back, this fabric. I love it. I love, love, love it. I want to mention, I will also link down in the description below here on my video. If you didn't catch the live stream with Kimberly and Susan Aki, please check it out. Susan is a hoot, and I loved it. I loved hearing her thought process on fabric choice and just all of the things. It was an absolutely excellent live stream Flosstube episode. Or maybe it was a quilting. It doesn't matter. It's inspiring. But the thing I learned, the biggest thing I learned is I went and ordered some new seam rippers. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So again, that one, this beauty, cherry season. All right. Free and Brave. It's a darling hot air balloon. And again, this one feels like it's filled with like crushed walnut shells as well. Look at that. And look at the fabric it's stitched on. This is white petite point, 32 count Belfast linen. I should have been mentioning that. Also, I will link down below, pick up the Floss pack. It goes in and out of stock at that quarter shop. I know they just keep reordering it because I missed it a couple times. If you want to stitch along and stitch with the colors Susan has picked of our Floss, definitely pick it up because I think that is awesome. And again, I'll just put a link down. And let me tell you what the first one was stitched on, since I forgot, to give you a little bit of an idea. The first one was stitched cherry season, light pink 32 count Belfast linen. Next up is Freedom Flowers. This is one that I really, really want to stitch. And it is really heavy. It is tightly packed. This is 32 count ice blue Belfast linen. And again, using the Floss. There is, no, there is not. I was going to say there was a conversion, but there isn't. It is Floss. You could always pick your own colors. Isn't that beautiful on the light blue? I'm here for that. And look at this fabric. This was on some of the quilts. I love it. But it's really packed and it's heavy. Oh, I want to stitch this one. I love it. Okay. Next up, we have the Hope. And this is a framed piece. This was stitched on antique white 32 count Belfast linen. Look at this. And it was framed at Hobby Lobby. So I know we were talking about framing a little bit ago. This is actually framed beautifully. I will say, if you caught one of my early Flosstubes where I shared a Santa piece I'd had framed years ago, Hobby Lobby did it and they did a great job. No glass on this. And again, 32 count Belfast antique white linen. I really, really like this one too. Now, I want to show this because here is a little pillow pincushion rickrack trim stitched with the same. Not exactly sure. Whoops. Odin is like, Mom, why are you throwing things at me? I wanted to say if this one says what it was stitched on. It looks like antique white. Maybe I got ahead of myself. Oh, it's the piece pillow. Oh, you know, it's not the same piece. Or it doesn't say that it is. And it was stitched on 32 count antique white Belfast linen. Look at me. I should look ahead in the book. Oh, it's just so tiny and cute. All right. Proud and True, I also really love this. Even if you didn't want to add the words, I love this. And this is on 32 count ice blue Belfast linen. I really love the addition of these buttons, and I love this little piping detail. Really, really cute. I love that flag in the planter. Oh, gorgeous. Sail Away was stitched on white petite point raw 32 count Belfast linen. And it's this darling little ship. I mean, you guys, look at the little flag. Oh, and the seagulls. And it's heavy. So it's got something nice and weighty in it as well. Let me get my fingers out of the way. Oh, isn't that cute? And then look at the little sailboat up here. Love it. Shining Sea was stitched on baby blue gingham 32 count. Look at those cute little whales. Okay, if you are having a little boy, or you know someone who's having a little boy, wouldn't this be a cute piece to stitch? I mean, I know it's part of the patriotic theme and everything, and summer, but I think it would be darling for a little guy's room. Or even a little gal's room. It's cute. You could also do it like in pinks or yellows. Oh, but I love, 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 love. Cute. Okay. I know this is so funny, but this is one of my favorites. It is Singing ABC. I just love the little ABC on this. And I think part of it is stitched on the baby blue gingham, the 32 count linen. I just think it's so cute with the red letters on that blue gingham background. And I love, whoops, her little detail here. Very sweet. And you could combine this maybe with even something else. Don't be afraid to kind of mix and mash them up. And I know when I watched the live stream with Susan and Kimberly, Susan said that these were kind of part of a sampler that she had designed, and she just pulled them out to make littles and little smalls. So imagine putting them all together as a sampler. That'd be pretty fun. And finally, is this it? It is. Oh my goodness, you guys. This land is, or it's called This Land, and it is another little pillow, and I really love it. And I love like the little flowers along the bottom. Just super cute. Wonder if I could figure out how to make it into a sampler. Probably not. But I think it would be very fun to stitch all of it as one. Absolutely darling. Okay, everybody. So again, all of the projects I just shared, quilting and cross stitch, are from Summer Memories. This is a Fat Quarter Shop book with Susan Aki. Quilts cross stitch. Again, look at the back. Look how beautiful they all look in a dough bowl together like that. And then that framed piece. So super sweet and lovely. And I will have 2 of these. This is mine that I bought, but I will have 2 of these to give away at the end of the video. So stay tuned for giveaways. Okay, so let's talk about my stitching this week. I did not get as much stitched as I would like, but I did sew this week. So I'm not calling it a loss. I did have a new start on Easter. Have to be honest, I did not get very much stitching done on Easter. We had family over, which was wonderful and lovely. It was nice outside, so we played cornhole and just hung out. But I had a dull headache basically from the time I got up to like 5 p.m. I ended up taking a nap from about 3 to 5, I think, and I did take something for my headache, which ended up helping. So I didn't start stitching till maybe 6 or 6:30, which I had hoped to maybe stitch that afternoon, but it just did not happen. I mentioned last week that my Easter start was going to be This Is the Day. Or This Is the Day. No, that's on my list to start this month. This I Know by Plum Street Samplers. And I was inspired to stitch this from Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher and Chantal of 141 Design. And I am going to stitch this on Fiber on a Whim 36 count brown sugar. And there's my start. I have the grass outlined so that I could have a base to build my church on and everything, and one sheep. I got knots. Honestly, I probably should have just not stitched at all. I'm glad I got a start. I am glad I got an Easter start, but that headache, not good, friends. Not good. Now here's the funny thing. Remember I showed you that I must have thought I was going to stitch something on this? I have a little tiny heart that I'm leaving over there. I'm going to turn it into a button. But I think I like the color. At first I was like, oh my gosh, that sheep isn't going to show up. But there's several in different shades. And in fact, the only color I don't have here is prairie grass, which I need to order, I think. But remember, this is all going to be fill-in, so yes, they're going to show up. So I think it's going to be fine. Very excited to get back to that. That probably will be a May project since it was an Easter start, and I want to get this is the day started. And of course, here's all the colors, all called for. I coffee tea dyed the DMC as it recommended. Super easy to do. And my computer's going to die, so let me go grab my charger. Hey. So really excited. I can't remember what I showed last week. I think I showed all of my hands-on design season 2 a year celebration continues. I think I showed April last week. So this week finished up February. February took longer to stitch for whatever reason. Like March and April, so easy. But I stitched up February, the little lovebirds. And you guys, the more I get this stitched, I know I said this last week, the more I want to keep going. It is stunning. Loved being able to go back and get February done. This was my first 5-4-5 project for April, meaning I stitched on this for 5 days. I'll be honest, I stitched on it 6. There are 30 days in April, so 5 projects for 5 days is 25, because math, huh? And trust me, I'm not good at math. But that gives 5 free days. I did flags on the 4th. That was a free day. I didn't stitch at all one day this week, so there was another free day. And I did this for 1 extra day because I just had a few things to finish up. So basically I have 2 free days left, I think, at this point. And remember, by the time you see this, I will have stitched more because I'm filming early, which is, it's really taken such a load off of me. You guys, I'm gonna get this one framed. I don't know where. I'm so sad. But I am gonna get this one framed. And I am using Kimberly's colors. There's Kimberly's color conversion on Fat Quarter Shop. I do have a link down in the description. I am stitching on 25 count Prim Lugana 2/2. I should have told you about this. I know I'm stitching on 36 count Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim 1/2. And the hashtag for this and everything will be along the bottom of the screen. I'm trying to do better about that so it's a little easier to keep up with and to see and all of that good stuff. So my second project for the month for my 5-for-5, and I think I mentioned this last week, was I said I was going to start stitching the Fat Quarter Shop Bountiful Stitch Along because release 1 was the border. I didn't stitch it. Release 2 is this corner. So here's the thing. I'm not stitching that. I'm not stitching this, and I'm not stitching this. I am repeating this design and this design in those 2 corners. I like the flowers and butterflies better, and I think it's going to be a good choice. So I'm also, I am going to try in my 5 days. how many days have I stitched on it? 2 days? 2 or 3. I am going to try to probably get the rest of the border done and the rest of my block. And I know, I didn't know this until I was stitching along. You guys don't have this part of the chart yet. So if you want to do this, you'll have to wait till the next release. But stitch your border now. Stitch your border now. You can even stitch part of like the divider, that what you see, if you want to. Do keep in mind, I changed all my colors. I am stitching with a more muted palette. I will be listing the conversion if there's not room in the description box this week, because I have a lot of information. I will try to put it down below. I might even put it along the bottom of the screen here, and when I post my picture to Instagram, it will be in my Instagram post. So stay tuned for that if you want the direct conversion. I'm kind of picking as I go. So, but I can show you that direct conversion. I am stitching on 36 count, right? Yep. Milk and honey. And I absolutely love it. Super happy that I picked this palette. I do think I'm going to have it. I think I'm going to frame it. I may just frame it myself. We'll see. May have Hobby Lobby do it. After I showed you that piece that Hobby Lobby framed for Susan from the trunk show. But I think this is going to be so pretty. You guys, I absolutely love it. So I will finish stitching out at least this corner of the border. And again, I know you don't have the flower yet. I'm sorry. I should have thought about that. It was part of the reason I had held off so long, because I knew that the basket was going to be the first start. The basket to me is just, it's too big. I think that's what's wrong. In the quilt, it's awesome. I just didn't like it in the cross stitch. So I'm altering it. Alter things if you don't like it the way it is. I think I'm going to love flowers and butterflies in each, in this color palette, on this kind of, you know, brownish, dirty, khaki-ish type linen. And it's going to be pretty small compared, because the sample was stitched on 14 and this is 36. I'm using 1 strand over 2. And again, I will have the conversion for you guys, if not in this post, on Instagram, because as soon as I get my first little section stitched, I may just have to put it here. I feel bad putting it up on Instagram when this part hasn't been released. I had to like mirror image it, so I had to really concentrate and figure it out. It wasn't that hard, but to make sure that I had my spacing correct. My flowers are all going to be on the outside. I think that's how it goes. And then the butterflies will be on the inside, and then the beautiful divider, which I absolutely love, which is like a little floral divider. So let me show you that again. So you can see the whole chart, so you can see what it's going to look like, because that is up, but they just haven't released the flower yet. So I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I didn't even think about it when I started stitching. So, oh well. By next month, you'll see what we're doing. And hopefully if that inspires you, maybe if you didn't like certain parts of it, even I think it would be cute to just stitch like a little corner of it. You could always figure out how to frame up just a little piece of it if you wanted to do a small. But I love it. And I think in this color palette, it's just a little bit more me. Won't it be cool? So let me look at this part of the chart. And this is a free chart from Fat Quarter Shop. They ask for a donation to Make-A-Wish for the quilt and cross stitch pattern. And I mean, since this part's out, you can see part of the flower. You could start stitching the divider even if you don't want to stitch the basket and you want to do it like I'm doing. So there is that. In fact, I may stop stitching the part that isn't released yet, and I'll just stitch, like, finish stitching the frame and stitch the part of the divider you can see. I think that's what I'm going to do. I wish I would have thought of that, but I didn't. So there you go. Sneak peek. And that is it for my stitching this week. And I will put the hashtag down here below that you can use if you're stitching along. I would love to see what you're stitching. Okay, let's go over my April plans really quick for the 5 for 5, and I just want to remind everyone that that is stitching on 5 projects over the month of April for 5 days each. And I was inspired by Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, to do this. The celebrations I've already stitched for 5 days, 6 days. The Bountiful I'm going to stitch on for 5 days. If I get done early, I'm probably just going to do one of my other charts. Especially by the time you see this. And then I think what I'm going to stitch next, oh, I know what I'm going to stitch next. I want to start Big City Christmas. So let me grab those really quick so we can go over them. The remaining 3 charts that I am doing, so I showed you this I Know. I want to start This Is the Day by Plum Street Samplers. And this was one of the questions from earlier in my video. I am going to stitch on 36 count Winter's Brew by R&R. The called for is Barb's Blend, which is a grayish color, but I think this is going to be okay. I like it. And I'm going to use the called for floss. Oh, not on floss drops. This doesn't even look like the floss. It's not. Okay, anyway, I have it all. It's somewhere. Oh, it might be. It might be. Crazy girl. Here's some of it. I know the rest of it. Oh, I know where it is. I bet those are those colors that I was thinking about the other day. Here's some of it. My DMC is somewhere else. I need to go grab it. I need to do that before I start it. Okay. Then this is what I'm going to start after I finish stitching on Bountiful, which is Country Cottage Needleworks Big City Christmas series. If you'll remember, this started a while ago, and I started it for my 12 for 12 on New Year's Eve. I got a foundation and that's it, but I have big plans. Big plans. Can't wait. So I'm going to get back to this. I am stitching on 32 count platinum. And I'm going to stitch mine as one piece because I want it framed. You guys, my framer, my cross stitch store. Okay, that's it. I won't have my pity party. Okay. Next, I'm working on, this is my last 5 for 5 project. It's the Mend Block Party SAL. This is a SAL by Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher to celebrate her 1-year Flossiversary. And obviously I haven't done anything on this one yet, but I will before the end of the month. Here's where I'm at. And I'm really excited because I really want to start stitching the bumblebee one and then the snowman. So this guy has to get done first. I like this. This 5 for 5 is working really well for me. I feel like it keeps me on track. If you are doing it, let me know in the comments what you think. Is it working for you? Is it kind of helping keep you on track? Let's talk quilting. The first thing I want to talk about is that I sewed up this marker pouch for, it's for a charity event that went on last night for the stamp-along I'm doing. I have actually done this a couple times for different stamp-alongs. They do a fundraiser generally in their Saturday night kind of wrap-up thing, and these generally go pretty well, but this is the first time that I have done one like this. Usually it's solid fabric. This one took a little bit more time. As you can see, it's foundation paper pieced. This is a pattern by Quilty Pie, I believe. I've had it forever. Oh, I wanted to show. Probably 2 years ago, I wanted to just see if I could do the foundation paper piecing, and I stitched this. And it has been on a cork board. I have done nothing with it. I think I should make it into like a little pillow or something, but and just use it for decor in my office. It's absolutely darling. So I knew I could do it. Just going to show you the back. That's Crazy Town there. It's foundation paper piecing. I know some people love it, some people don't love traditional piecing. I kind of like it. You're going to see a lot of it today. There's something very relaxing about it. I love traditional piecing. Like, and I go in phases where I'm like, yeah, that's a no. I'm not going to do foundation because it is extra steps. I don't want to say it's hard. It's different, but it also, I find it really, really fun. So anyway, this is a marker zip down pouch. This is the little charm I was talking about from Cherry Chick Biz. It's the rainbow charm. I bought it because I knew I wanted to make some of these. This is all Bonnie and Camille fabric from my stash because Bonnie is retired and Camille's doing it on her own now. But I have little labels that I've had forever. It looks perfect on this. It's a pull down pouch. So let me show you. It'd be easier if I was doing this from the overhead camera. This pulls down and you can store like your marker. So if you are a card maker, you can put your markers. I've put Olo markers in this one, and I'm actually going to make one for me. By the time you see this, hopefully I'll have mine done too, but it's going to be exactly like this. Absolutely so cute and sweet, and I hope it raises money for a good cause. We're doing a couple fundraisers for that event. But of course, rainbow fabric up here. There's like lots of iron-on interfacing and all that good stuff, but here's what it looks like. I had to figure out how to piece all of this into the front panel of the bag. It is an adjustment, so a couple things. Rainbow pattern, just the rainbow, just this, you guys, is from QUILTING. This pouch is not. This pouch is a tutorial, which I'm going to link to QUILTING. This pattern, I will link to this video tutorial on YouTube, but please note the differences down in the description. My friend Callie Person, she actually made one a couple years ago bigger, and she sent me her measurements, and that's what I use because you can fill a little bit more. So it's slightly bigger, but I still follow the video tutorial on how to assemble. Does that make sense? I hope. So I will put that information down below. I do not make these for sale. You know, again, not my pattern or anything like that. And this took a while, so it wouldn't really be, it would be too expensive even to do that. So I just wanted to share, if you are so inclined or you know someone who sews, and I do periodically, I offer them for fundraiser. I like to do that kind of thing. I like to sew something and offer it for a fundraiser. And I might do one as a giveaway or something one day too, but you guys, I love it so much. I love it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I am stitching or quilting along with that quarter shop for their vintage vintage kite quilt along. So this started Tuesday of this week. All the days have run together. And each week for 10 weeks, I'll be sharing my progress. This is a free pattern on Fat Quarter Shop. You can download it. Whoops. So I will link to this. You do have to have their vintage kite paper to do this. And this is foundation paper piecing as well. And it is, this is actually easier than the rainbow. just a heads up. That rainbow, you can see all of the seams back here, right? I mean, you can see it here. This is not near as many, but it lines up and makes your quilt perfect. So I am stitching, and I wanted to show you my first. I'm only going to show you 2 of the blocks, but I made 8 because they're the same. 4 are the same and the other 4 are the same. So here is my color palette. There's my first set of blocks. And again, I made 4 of these. They're all exactly the same. These fabrics here are all Honeybee by My Mind's Eye for Riley Blake. And then the little cross stitch fabric here, this is Lori Holt for Riley Blake, and I thought that they worked perfect together. So there is one set. Oh, what happened to one of my, oh, it got put in the wrong pile. And here's my other. I guess I'll hold them so you can see. Aren't they awesome? So I chose to do my background all the same color. You can see it's really mixed and matched with low volumes here. Very easy. Let me show you the back. Oh, I didn't get all my paper. You do have to pull the paper off, so lots cleaner than this. But this has a lot more seams. But this just makes a beautiful quilt. Obviously, mine's going to be bee themed for all of my bee friends. It took me a really long time to figure out my fabric for this. I kept trying to do patriotic, and I'm really glad I didn't, because I'm going to do a different patriotic quilt. You saw something from the Summer Memories book. I picked up these layer cakes of the honeybee fabric. I did it, and it is kind of hard to find. You might, if you like this and you want to sew something, anything with it, you may have to look on Etsy for yardage. Fat Quarter Shop still has layer cakes. I think they have a jelly roll, which wouldn't work for this, but for other things it would. I can't remember what all they have of this, but I will link to this down below. I will also link to the vintage kite pattern if you want to join in. It's not too late. I am going to do a video tutorial and show you how to put them together. I did a poll on my Instagram, and I asked if you wanted a short or like a real time. The real time won, but there was a lot of votes for the short too, so I might do one of each. You know, just for fun, just to kind of share some foundation paper piecing and maybe take the scary out of it for everybody. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about haul. I don't have a whole lot to share today. Actually, this I forgot to share last week, and I just wanted to share it this week in case anyone else wants to do the same thing. So I know I mentioned earlier that there's the fruit SAL going on, and I actually had picked up fresh lemonade from Primrose when it came out at Market, and I loved the color of fabric. Let's see, what did they stitch it on? Flax. They did on 36 count flax linen, which definitely I love. And it got me thinking, because then I saw someone mention, maybe it was even the girls at Primrose, that you could stitch Squeeze the Day, which came out previously, which I've seen and I just had never thought, in these same colors. So what if you stitch this guy on the flax linen or something like that with these colors? So I picked this one up. That's what I was going to say, and I misplaced it and I forgot to mention it last week. So I picked this up with the intention of stitching it with the fresh lemonade colors, which are shown right here. So let me look and see if any of the colors are the same. $844 and B5200. But the yellows and greens are all different. So definitely something to consider if you want to do some fun lemon stitching. And then I also mentioned last week when I showed the teeny tiny little hoop that I got inspired by Java Girl Stitches and also Emily of Primrose Cottage, that I ordered these, which are 2-inch, right? I put it on here, 2.2 times 2. So a little bit bigger than the teeny tiny ones. And they came like the day after I filmed. I can't wait to make up these little embroidery hoops. And then I did watch the girls, Primrose Girls, this morning, and Emily said that she ordered like some ovals and some hexagons, and I was like, hexagon? She's like, just do a search on Amazon. Well, I sure did. I got hexagons and hearts coming. So, yeah, thank you, Emily. Anyway, so I am excited to do those. I'm excited maybe to do those with my friends. We're having a girls' weekend. We want to sew project bags. I know. You guys are all rolling your eyes. You're like, Nicole says she wasn't going to make project bags. Nicole lied. So we are going to have a weekend of stitching. One of my friends has a lake house, stitching and project bag making and probably eating and, you know, just enjoying each other. So that's going to be early this summer. I can hardly wait. I said today, so are we going this weekend? I know Hero Arts would be mad at me because I have to teach. So no, we're not doing it this weekend. Okay, the only other thing I think, you guys, I did not get haul this week. I didn't need any. Last week's haul was enough. But my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop came. So let's see what we got. I'm a member of the Floss Fix and also, oh my gosh, I showed you Weeks Dye Works last week. You know what I'm talking about. I'm a member of both clubs because why not? So we got Betty Bluebell. Oh, she's pretty. Bella Rosa. Also, I've used that in quite a few things lately. Bejeweled. Oh, look at that color. Bean Sprout. Oh, hey, I need it. No. Yes, I think this is the one I needed more of. Hey, look at that. It pays to be a member of this club. Barrel Cactus. I like that color a lot. And Barn Door, which I also like. Anyway, I love adding to this. I put a link down in the description below if you would like to join the Floss Fix. It is great if you like having overdyed floss and you want to add to your stash. I love shopping my stash first. So I cannot believe it, but that's it for haul. Yay. Okay, I did get some stitchy mail and I apologize, Barbara. I don't go to the post office every day. And I didn't realize that I missed a package. I thought I'd gone when they had delivered, because I had a lot of packages last week. I thought I had picked up everything and I missed the notification. So I apologize because she reached out to me and said she'd sent something and it was delivered the 5th. I felt horrible. So I am apologizing. I did run over there though. And sorry for the crinkling. I did run over there and got it. And oh my gosh. Barbara sent the most lovely Easter. First of all, look at her cute card. I absolutely love it. Will treasure it so much. Thank you, thank you. So I open it up and it is just chock full. First of all, she got me one of those jewelry cases. I know a lot of you have probably seen them. Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, has made a couple of them and whatnot, but you customize them, like you pull the guts out and you customize them for a stitch case. Well, Miss Barbara, look at that. She put bee fabric in it. Is it not cute? I mean, it's darling. I cannot wait. I'll show you when I get it all kitted up. I waited because I wanted to show everybody. So I get this, and of course you can see I've pulled some stuff out of it. So she sends me this charm. You guys know me. I think you guys must know a lot about me. Look at this cute little like zipper pull with the puppy on it. I've got to find the right thing to put this on. It's absolutely darling. I love it. I'm gonna stick it in here so I don't lose it. Then I don't have all of them. Oops, let me show this. Okay, so she sent these to put like your floss drops and things on. This is a puppy themed one. Is that not the cutest? I absolutely love it. Thank you. Then there's this one with a little bee. And then she's also made several of these with a bee. And I will be honest, one of these I've already, two of these I've already mailed off. And then because she sent some for a couple of my friends. So Shari and Karen and Lori are all getting one of these as well. So Thank you, Barbara. That's not all though. She also made the cutest little books. She put them on rings. They also have little bee charms and obviously the bee paper, and I feel like is it Mod Podged on? But they are floss away bag books that you can keep your floss in. And she sent multiples of these. She sent one for me and then one for the other girls. So I've already showed them. Everybody was so touched. Barbara, you made my day. Absolutely stunning. And I do want to apologize. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my computer. I want to apologize to everyone. I have not got thank you cards out. I have a whole stack that's going out here before the end of the week. So stay tuned for that. But Barbara, thank you. What a treasure. I cannot believe that I missed that notification. Okay, I've got a couple more things to share with everybody. Lauren sent me a lovely, lovely note, and she wanted to contribute this to giveaways. I hope she's not offended that I'm going to, well, she said she bought 3 of them. Hope it's okay. I'm going to stitch it and then I'll give it away. It's the Heart in Hand Cuckoo Bird Sampler. I love this. I loved when I saw it when it came out, and it's one that I actually didn't pick up, so I feel like I should stitch it. What does everybody think? Yes. Lauren, thank you. And I need to tuck everything back in the envelopes until I get my thank yous out. Because I found that I had misplaced some packaging, and it's really hard to send out thank yous if you lose everybody's address. Then I got a lovely package. Let me pull it out here. From Lynn. Sorry, I'm dropping everything. So Lynn sent me this cute card. Absolutely darling. Lovely little note. And then she said that she had got this, and this will be a future giveaway, not today. It's a silver gray Cosmos fabric. It's super pretty, but it's really tiny. She said it was too tiny for her eyes. Here, I'm going to pull off her note. It's really pretty though. So I need to look and see what size it is, because I don't know what the little symbols mean. Anyway, thank you, Lynn. And then she said she saw this at Shepherd's Bush and she thought that I needed it, and she was right. She sent me this chart for my stash. Busy Notes. Oh my gosh. I have to say, this beehive, I love that they pulled it out and did little smalls too. Is so cute. It's a lot of back stitching, but it's a tiny chart, and it is absolutely darling. So cute. Lynn, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I'm sure you can call Shepherd's Bush, and I will put Shepherd's Bush email down below in case you want to contact them if you're interested in it. It's small. It's only 47 by 74. So not bad at all. Yep, definitely gonna have to do that. Add that to my bees with all that amazing bee stuff that Barbara sent me. So thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you to Lynn and Lauren and Barbara. Let me stick all of that back. So that was my Stitchy mail this week. I appreciate it. So let's move on to giveaways. I have not heard from 4 people from Flosstube 38. So this leads me to what I want to talk about today. I have myself a big note here. The giveaway section. I want to talk about giveaways. If you leave a comment because you would like to win something, please check. I try to make it very easy for you. I have timestamps where you could just skip to that part, but make sure if you're leaving a comment for something, you actually want it. And if you do win it, and let's say you've picked it up in the meantime, or you've changed your mind, can you just shoot me an email and say, hey, can you pick another winner? Because I have had quite a few people, I know everybody gets busy. You don't have time to check all those things, but there are a lot of giveaways that go unclaimed, and it's just a lot of extra work, to be honest. It's a lot of extra work. It's a lot of extra work to pick new winners. And for me, I try to screenshot and put them up in here to make it easier for you guys. And, the shipping and everything, it's kind of a lot. So I'm just asking, and this is not mad at all, but just asking, if you put in for a giveaway, can you just please check? And not just for me, for everyone. It makes things go a lot smoother. I'm also changing my giveaway cutoff. I have noticed that I get comments on videos that are months old sometimes, or at least like 2 to 3 weeks old, leaving comments for the giveaway. And I haven't had a clear cut, this is the end date for the giveaway. So I posted in the Facebook group, and I also posted on my YouTube community page that I will be making the cutoff. I said Wednesday, but it's going to be a Thursday morning cutoff. My filming day is going to be Thursdays, unless I have to change it. And I'll let you know ahead of time if I'm not home, or if I'm going to film early or something like that. But my filming day going forward is Thursday, so that I have plenty of time to edit and upload for a Sunday air date. It's just too hard to cram it all into the end of the week and get it up on Sunday. I'd like to enjoy my weekend like you guys like to enjoy yours, and having it all ready to go is the way to be. So my cutoff date, because I'm filming, I have to choose the winners early, which means that the cutoff is Thursday morning for me, 8 a.m. Central Time, because when I get to work, I choose the winners and I film. So I will post during the giveaway. I am going to say, leave your comment by this time, and hopefully that will help. And it will just eliminate the confusion, because, if I'm not filming until Saturday morning, then you can leave a comment up, I'm not choosing winners, but this just makes it a little bit more streamlined. Now, obviously, I do want to mention this too. Thank you for watching the video. If you don't want to give away, that's totally fine. If you just want to leave a comment and talk to me about cross stitch and quilting, let's do that. Or, when I ask for book recommendations, I love just hearing from you. You definitely don't have to only leave a comment. The only way you get considered for the giveaway is if you leave the number for the corresponding. So I hope that makes sense. And after I announce winners and announce new winners and things, I will give the cutoff date for this week. So I did have to pick 4 new winners from Flosstube 38 because there were 4 people I had not heard from. So I do have everything. I'm going to re-show and say who won what. Hopefully things get claimed. And I do want to mention, I am not taking any more vintage charts right now. I'm not going to do a giveaway right today either, because I just don't know if I'm going to hear from people. Wow, did I not put this in the order? I thought I did. All right. So from Flosstube 38, February Stackables goes to Cottontail Cross Stitch. Please message me and I will get that out to you. Also from Flosstube 38, the Fat Quarter Shop Home Again pattern, Barbie Joe Bonnet. Please email me. The Freesia pattern goes to Debbie Domagal. And then the Thomas Kincaid Vintage Charts now goes to Cindy Feibig. So if you guys could please email me at the email down in the description, I will get those prizes out to you. Then I have not heard from Melanie Call for the hands-on design More Chocolate Bunnies. It does come with the little buttons. So you get the paper chart and the buttons to stitch this. I have lots of videos here on my channel. If I don't hear from Melanie by next week, I will choose a new winner for this. All right, let's go through the winners for last week's Flosstube 40. The winner of A Honey of a Frill is Marlene Wiggins. The winner of the Cottage Garden Postman, Teresa Thompson. The winner of the Silver Creek Samplers freebie is Sharon Williams. Congratulations, he is so cute. The winner of the Fat Quarter Shop Chicken Club Hattie, Marsha Branch. And the winner of the Fat Quarter Shop Welcome Simply Signs is Quiltma Sue Gooden. So please email me at the email down in the description and I will get those mailed. Currently, everyone I've heard from, your prizes have been mailed. So if you have emailed me and I emailed back, this has been shipped, it should be on its way to you. All right. This week's giveaways. So please be a US resident, please be over 18, like the video, subscribe to the video, and answer this question. Tell me, what was your favorite project from the Summer Memories Quilt Show? If you had a favorite quilt, if you had a favorite cross stitch, if you had one of each, tell me what your favorite was. Tell me if you have the book, let me know. Tell me if you're sewing something from it or stitching something from it. And I look forward to hearing from all of you guys, and definitely stay tuned because I'm going to do like a little poll and we'll pick something fun to stitch from the book just as a little support and stuff for the design. I think it's a great book and I think it would be really fun to do. Okay, so tell me what your favorite is and make sure you put the numbers of what you're interested in the description down below. If you're interested in just number 1, put number 1. If you want 1, 3, 4, 5, put that. That is how the random number generator works. I don't do anything other than plug in the number and it tells me who won. So 2 opportunities to win Summer Memories from Fat Quarter Shop. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. So put a number 1 in your comment if you would like this book. If you saw this in the trunk show and you thought, oh my goodness, put a 1 down below. Number 2. Let's get my page going the right way so I make sure I have these right. Hands-on design, hop on in. I would like to pass this along. I stitched mine. It uses the same silky floss as More Chocolate Bunnies. It also has a DMC conversion on the chart if you would rather use DMC, but put a 2 down in the description if you would like to win this. It's a great one. It stitches up fast, and I shared my finish in Flosstube 40 last week. Number 3, put a 3 in the comment if you would like to win Lori Holt's Stitch Cards Set O. Chantal stitched this on 40 count, and it is so tiny and cute. It is literally the cutest thing. So absolutely darling. You can stitch these on whatever you want. These are really, really cute. Number 3. Number 4 this week is finally a Farm Girl Wool and Flax. I did notice this just got put up at Fat Quarter Shop this week. If you are interested in this guy, put a number 4 in the comments. And that was donated by Teresa, so thank you so much. And then Chris donated this Black Ada. It's 14 count Black Ada, 2 pieces. They measure approximately 24 by 31 each, so 2 opportunities for Black Ada. If you love stitching on black and you love Ada, leave me a comment down below and I will pick 2 winners for the fabric, and thank you, Chris, for that donation. So put the number that you're interested down below. I know this was a lot today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful stitchy week next week. Please leave your comment by Thursday, April 20th. I put it on here, 2023, 8 a.m. Central Time. So I'm giving you actually all Wednesday night. I said I'd cut it off at Wednesday at midnight, but I'm going to give you the whole time and then until 8 a.m. my time, Thursday morning, April 20th, to leave your comment. That way I can choose the winners and film next week's Flosstube. So I hope this works good. I hope that also helps with, you know, knowing when the cutoff is and knowing that that giveaway is no longer eligible. I think it'll just hopefully clear up some stuff. We shall see. Always learning, always trying new things. It's all good. I hope everyone has an absolutely amazing week. I hope you get some great stitching in. Definitely tell me your favorites. Stay tuned for a poll. And next week, I'm going to talk to you about Stitch Mania plans and what I'm going to call Stitch Mania and my plan for May and May's stitching. So stay tuned for that. I will see you guys next week. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.